Hey guys, I just noticed that, my subscribers decreased by 2, and I was like, is it because I keep, recording this series? Probably not. Oh well. But I just really like this game, because it's so funny, and I think it's adorable. Anyways, I did take a break on uploading this series just for 2 videos because I need to upload some TF2 stuff. Also some controversy over TF2 and Overwatch, but I'll discuss that later. Anyways, let's continue. Last time we met Joshua Lena. That's a what? I went back to my room. Life at Asagao never got easier, did it? Mai was still asleep when I got back. There was no way I was going to go to bed, so I changed into my uniform, grabbed my bag, and went to class early. My plan was to get started on the project Miss Shizuka gave us. As sincere as PBG was, I wasn't sure he'd hold up his end of the bargain. I stepped into the classroom and went to my seat, throwing my bag against my desk. A small snap came from across the room. Shane was at his desk, giving me a look. Do you mind? I'm trying to work. Oh, I'm sorry. I looked to the door. It was too late to leave, but I didn't want to be stuck by myself with a guy who clearly hated me. I sat down at my desk and looked at my hands. This is the quietest place I can find in the mornings. Really? Not the library? Shane shook his head. I see. I'll try not to bother you. He shook his head again. You're fine, do whatever. It'd be awkward if I just sat there like that. So, what are you working on? Shane looked at me. For a moment I thought he was going to answer. Then he waved me over. I crossed to the room to his desk and looked over his shoulder. Several sheets of paper with lightly sketched outlines lay in front of him. It looked like they were for comics? You draw comics? Yeah. What about? He shrugged. Whatever. He said it with a touch of finality, so I skipped to another topic. Hana, you said not to bother him. You're talking to him. Do you mind if I ask you where you're from? Shane gave a heavy sigh. Could you not tell by my accent? I'm from England. It's my 2nd year. Oh. He continued to draw, sketching in the lines of a British flag above what looked like to be a government building. Do you miss it? He finished shading a line before responding. I guess. The whole family's there. You're by yourself? Why did you come here? Class will start soon. Don't you have something to work on? Ouch. Well, you were the one who kept talking to him, Hana. Taking the hint, I went back to my desk. Suddenly, the door slammed open. Hey, look! We got here early! Wonderful. Oh, Hana, Shane. Looks like it's just the 4 of us. We should stir up some trouble. Trouble? Let's plant an egg on Miss Shizuka's chair, eh? I bet she'd think it was hilarious. No? Ah, come on. I bet I could find an exploding bird or two to dive bomb us during class. No. I bet you could probably bake her a cake. Filled with knives. Really? What the heck is wrong with you? Shane was more than an ocean away from his family and friends, and I was only 2 hours away from my dad, yet I missed him so much. Was Shane homesick at all? Soon, other students filled the classroom, and Mai joined me at my desk, asking why I abandoned her. I filled her in on the situation. She had a good laugh, but as the clock ticked closer to class time, I felt something was missing. Eventually, I realized what it was. PBG wasn't in class yet. The bell rang. Miss Shizuka came in, and class began. But still, he was nowhere to be found. Where was he? The real problem that causes grinding to be necessary in RPGs, if you ask me, is the whole system is flawed. Miss Shizuka on a tangent again. She must have stood up. The class was nearly over and PBG still hadn't shown. I was worried, but no one else seemed to care. That kid always misses class. Did the wrong voice, but whatever. Still, what if he was sick? Why didn't anyone care? At the sound of the bell, Miss Shizuka jumped. Oh, well, turn in 2-page reflections on why the human species as a whole has the emotional range of a teaspoon, due tomorrow. She definitely got stood up. Miss Shizuka? I stood up and dashed to her desk. Yes, Hana? PBG wasn't in class today, and I could take his notes to him if you needed. Oh, Hana, you're a godsend. Miss Shizuka's eyes watered. She leaned over her desk and pulled me into a hug. It's wonderful to see how you have hope. Hana, she pulled away and stared into my eyes. Don't give up on love. You're young. If PPG is the one you want, you have my blessing. Here, take these papers. She shoved the handouts from today's class into my hands and gathered her things. Bless your heart. Aww. She left the room crying. Huh. Poor thing. She must have really liked this one. Doesn't this happen often? Often enough. So you're taking that to PPG? Yeah. But now that you think of, I don't know his room number. 402. How? It's next to Jared's room, so of course I'd notice him leaving in the mornings. I've got tryouts, so I won't be able to go with you. Good luck, though. I'm sure he'll be happy to see you. I told you, I don't think he feels that way. Before I could say anything more, she left the room. 400, 401, 402. Here it is. I paused in front of his door, my heart in my throat. I suddenly felt horribly stupid about bringing this to him. It wasn't like he would even look at it. He said himself that he hated school. But what if he was dying in there? John went to the drama club and he wouldn't be back in a few hours. Oh, jeez Louise. Sucking it up, I knocked on the door. My hands are sweaty already. Who is it? It's Hana. I brought some notes from... The door swung open before I could finish my sentence, and PBG beamed down at me. Hana, hi!
Hey!
Hi! Come in. Thanks. She's blushing. I stepped into the messy room. Posters lined the walls, and small Harvest Moon plushies were piled up on one of the beds. I remembered in one of his videos he had a Harvest Moon plushie of a duck, which I assumed to be PBG's. A TV was on the center of the room. Kirby twinkled happily from the pause menu. You were playing games? Huh? Oh yeah. PBG closed the door behind me. I didn't feel like going to class today, so I thought I'd stay in and do some work. Work? Well, we do have a tournament coming up, so this kind of counts. I brought you the stuff we went over in class. Oh, thank you. Ow! I slammed my hand into the friggin' table. Okay, he took the papers out of my hands and set them on a desk next to the small stack of manga. I'm glad you're feeling well. Were you worried that I was sick? Sorry. But that's adorable, so I'm kind of happy about it. What? Do you want to hang out? We have to work on our project at some point anyways, right? Well, I didn't really have anything else planned. Great. Hey everyone, I was having a debate on how many cherries I should have. And I got the whole plate instead. He plopped into a bean bag and slammed a pillow down next to him. Do you want to play? No, I'm not too good at games. I think I'll just watch. Okay then. He unpaused the game. Kirby sprinted across the screen, shooting fireballs from his mouth. PBG and I didn't talk much. Instead, I commented on the game and laughed at him when he died. Before I knew it, the sun was setting, and I had to leave. You're welcome back anytime. Actually, we're having the Stomping Sisters Smash Bros. Tournament in 2 days. You can come if you want. Really? Sure. Awesome. It'll be at noon in this room. I'll see you later. I'll see you there. I left the dorm and stepped out into the fading sunlight. The air was warm and filled into the smell of freshly cut grass. I couldn't put my finger on it, but something about being around PBG was comforting. Aw, she's getting feelings. She's getting feelings. Oh, jeez, I need to take the diary. Still 5 tournament points, but that's perfectly fine. Shaking my head, I went back to the dorms.
Hey!
Hey, Mai, how did tryouts? Hana, close your eyes, don't move! Before I could flip on the light switch, something warm collided with me and my eyes were covered. What's going on? Stop squirming, you'll ruin it. Ruin what? Just follow my lead, okay? Mai guided me through the room, telling me where to step. Down. She put her hand on my back and folded me an inch, and folding me in half, inching me into something that I felt like it had a roof. Almost done. What exactly is going on?
Yay!
And ta-da! I gasped. So freaking cute. Mai, what is this? What does it look like? It's a pillow fort. I've been looking forward to this for ages. Trials already happened. I made the team easy. I left early because I wanted to set this up for you. For me? Well, for us. Why isn't there a Mai route? You've been such a good friend to me, Hana. I'm so glad we got to be roommates. I wanted to do something for you to make you feel more like at home. I've seen how panicked you can be going around school. I don't know what happened in your life, but Asagao is your fresh start, right? You've got me, you've got the school, and normal boots too. If you're up for it, this can be your new life. You don't ever have to look back. And now, this is where we can play.
Yeah!
Yes, I knew it. I totally knew you were gonna cry.
Perfection.
I guess this means I was successful. Ah, Mai, you've done it again. Mai. Huh? I slammed her into a hug. Whoa, be careful, you don't want to break it. This took me forever. Mai, I was bullied at my old school. That's why I came here. And it was only because my dad gave up everything to afford it. I thought you wouldn't like me, and I have a hard time trusting people, but you wanted to. I think we could be best friends? Oh God, now I'm crying.
Yay!
Yes, let's be friends. I'm so happy. Me too. Together we are unstoppable. I'll say, let's hook you and Jared up. Wait, I can't even speak to him without self-destructing. It's fine. There's no way he couldn't fall for you. Oh yeah? And no one's caught your eye yet? Huh? I'd say there's more than a few suitors on your horizon. Aren't you gonna give it a shot? Me? Dating? My eyes shifted across the fort Mai made and stuffed bunny sitting on my bed in the window with the view of Asagawa's manicured lawn. My life changed so much, so quickly. You know, maybe I could.
Yeah!
Aw, yeah, that's what I'm talking about. Well, I prepared some activities for us to do. Look! She pulled out a tablet and opened an app. We're going to marathon you through Vavadar. I don't know. What's that? Too late. She pressed play. What is this? What is that game? As evening faded into... Oh wait. It's probably an anime. What's the anime? We huddled in the blanket fort, watching episode after episode, messing with each one, happier than I'd been for a long time. I rested my head on my shoulder. Before I knew it, I'd fallen asleep. As usual, the next day, Mai and I got to school early, still poking fun at each other for our moment the night before. But as we approached Poppy Hall, I noticed something felt different. A palpable tension hung in the air. It was almost humid. Man, what is up with everyone?
I don't know.
Is there a test today? Not that I know of. But as we entered the building and turned the corner, it suddenly made sense. Jared and Paul were arguing amidst a large crowd, spit flying from their mouths, while Nick and Josh walked along the hallway, pasting posters of Paul's face over Jared's modeling shots. I thought I told you to stop and take those posters down. No, what is wrong with you? These walls are everybody's space. We don't have to listen to you. And you should know that this campaign is way more important than your little fashion show. But mine were here first. Lay off them. This is between you and me, Jared. Leave them out of it. You've been taking up all the wall space with your show. The student election are much more important. It's our government. The student government doesn't even do anything. Whoa. As current president, I can say with full knowledge and proper authority that the student government does a ton for this school. You don't even know, Jared. You don't even know. Mai? What does the student government actually... Mai? She wasn't with me anymore. She pried herself between Jared and Paul and was pushing them apart. I ran forward to help her. You guys should stop.
Hana!
I flinched. Sorry, Hana. I didn't mean to yell. We want your opinion on something. You're a regular student, a new student. You're uninvolved. Which do you think is more important? Our school government or fashion show? Here's choice. I don't know. I feel like in my opinion, I feel like the fashion show is basically just a waste of time and just for Pro Jared to get more fan service. So, yeah, I'm going for student government.
Oh, I know that.
See, Jerry, I told you. The students want representation, and I will give you them. You made the right choice, Hana. You're gonna vote for me, right? He gave me a huge grin and I nodded. Part of me felt like I didn't vote for him. A puppy somewhere would die. Jared, on the other hand, looked irked. Guilt rammed my stomach. Hana, please come to the fashion show. I already gave you a ticket, right? Hopefully you don't change your mind. It was amazing they'd even cared what I thought. Hana's usually right about these things. You should listen to her. Mai patted me on the back and I jumped. I forgot she was there. Jared looked at Mai, raising an eyebrow. Are you sure, Mai? Don't you have your own opinion? Why do you bother to ask? Well, if I'm being honest, I care more about the fashion show. I go to the election because I have to, but I got to the show because I want to. Plus, it raises a lot of money for the school. Thank you. He gestured dramatically at Mai, as if her opinion sealed the deal. That's because we made it a fundraiser. Oh, that's true. The 5-minute bell. The 5-minute bell. Class was about to start. Jared nodded to us, walked away. Paul opened his mouth as if to say something more, but evidently thought better of it. He headed after Jared with Nick and Josh, thanking them for their help. Being a year ahead of us, their classes would be on the next floor. Mai began to follow them, but I gently pulled her arm. Our classroom was the other way.
Oh, Jared.
Jared, if you need any help with the show, I'm here. Her yell echoed through the empty hallway. Jared, without looking back, raised a hand in acknowledgement. Mai covered her mouth, emitting a skull-piercing squeal. Wincing, I dragged her into the classroom. After the drama that morning, I wasn't sure what to expect at lunch. I dawdled on my own, making up an excuse about copying notes, hoping whatever tension remained would dissipate while I was gone. Checking tournament points? Still 5. That's fine. When I got to the cafeteria, it seemed my plan succeeded. Hana, we saved a spot for you. Get over here. My sat at the normal booth club table. She was completely belonged. She waved for me to join her. I sat down next to her at the edge of the table. Josh was across from me. We made eye contact as I sat down, so I nodded slightly to him. He nodded back. I felt accepted. Hey, Anna. How was class?
Hey.
Good, thanks. PPG might have already told you, but we're working together on a project. It's been pretty good. It's been pretty well. I'm doing the pet... Is that Jared? Is that Gerard back there? A shy moment of not wanting to look Nick in the eye. I glanced to the side and saw Gerard in the back of the cafeteria with someone I didn't know. Everyone turned to look. He's probably doing some trading. Satch waved a hand. So I borrowed a new drawing tablet the other day, hoping I could use it to make plans for my machine. Satch changed the subject. Everyone started talking about that. I, however, kept my concentration on Gerard, who was holding a small figurine. Same with the girl who was talking to. Were those what they were trading? Those are itty bitty kitties. They're really popular now. I'm surprised you don't recognize them. They're kitty figurines of all different shapes and colors. I have a few myself. You know me. I'm hip to those things. To know about these things? They're pretty cute, but kind of a little girl thing. She shrugged. Gerard is known as the completionist around here, and every time a new thing gets popular, he collects them. He collects them all. I've never seen his collections, but I heard they're really impressive. You have to be a dedicated person to do something like that. A completionist. Oh, was that why he was so thorough about when giving me a tour? IBK, a itty bitty kitty, is the thing right now. And last year too. I think in first year there were a lot of people collecting silly slimy snakes, but that got old fast. Teachers didn't like everything coated in a thin layer of slime, and I still have one in my room. I can show you sometime. Jared tapped Maya on the shoulder and she whirled around, hitting me in the face with her hair. Yes? I wanted to thank you for this morning. Oh no, it was nothing, definitely, I mean it. As Jared and Maya spoke, my eyes went back to Gerard's exchange. The girl pulled the second figurine out of her backpack and held both of them up. Gerard expected and shook his head. She pulled out another one, and sadly this time Gerard's face lit up. He held out his figurine and they swapped. How bittersweet, letting go of something you love to get something you would potentially love more. What do you think, Hana? My attention was pulled away. I hadn't been listening to the conversation. Huh? Yes or no? What? How am I supposed to? How am I supposed to listen? What? I guess, yes? What? Interesting. Maya gave me a spectacled glance, then turned away. I bowed my head in apology and took one last quick look at the intriguing trade happening. The girl left, and Jared was now talking to a boy with a messy appearance who made exaggerated hand motions. It looked like he just got out of bed. Is this another trade? So, official announcement, in case you haven't heard. We're having a competition tomorrow. Just a little casual something to get us ready for the tournament.
Yeah.
Finally! We've been planning this one since last year's. My attention snapped back to the conversation happening in front of me. Was this what PPG was talking about yesterday? Hana, you're invited if you like to come. Either way is fine, but let me know so I can plan. How does it work? It's a little thing. Some lighthearted fun to start off the new year. Lighthearted fun, John almost broke Satch's nose last year. and Gerard twisted his ankle. Satch delicately raised a hand to his nose.
No.
It was an accident! You forgot the part where you almost passed out from blood loss, Shane. I did not forget. Oh, what happened? I did not forget. He looked away. I can never forget. I don't know about this. I'm not very good at video games.
Yeah!
Sure you are. Jerry will come.
Alright.
Awesome. I'll plan for you to be there. Don't worry, Hana. It's actually fun. You probably won't get hurt. As much as I was afraid of possibly losing a limb, I really did want to go. I was glad Mai was there to force me into it. Without her, I would have been a lonely transfer, probably eating grass by myself at this moment. Yeah, sounds fun. Thanks for inviting us. Of course, it would be rude to have you sit with us at lunch and then ban you from our tournament. Plus, it'd be nice to have some new competition. I look forward to winning. The rest of lunch passed by comparatively uneventfully, or at least, if anything else happened, I didn't notice. I was too busy staring at my food in front of me, joy and mixture mixing in my stomach. There was no way I'm going to beat even one of the normal Boots boys. Okay guys, so I'm going to save it right there. And I'll see you in the next video. I'm going to try Force with you. Pink sheep! Out in the wild. I'm not kidding you. It was the most awesomest thing I've saw. So anyways, I'll see you guys in the next video. I'm going to try Force with you, and I need to eat those cherries.